Welcome back once more to MovieFilm's countdown of the 100 greatest movies. Today is something a little bit different. So before we head into the top 5, I want to take a moment to look at some honourable mentions. Movies that just missed out on the list. Some of these movies were on the list and then off the list as we tried to choose which movies went where on the list. These are some fantastic movies that just missed out. I guess they're the 105 movies. Let's get into it. Now we're not going to be ranking these like the others. They're not going to get a little fancy number graphic before it. So we're just going to list through them in no particular order here. The first honourable mention, I just said no particular order. The first honourable mention is My Cousin Vinnie. The 1992 film stars Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei, and the real Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio. The film is about two kids who are falsely accused of murder. So they have to call in the only lawyer they know. Just happens to be Joe Pesci. And he is a lawyer, just he has no trial experience. He's kind of untamed, I guess. The movie has comedic elements, its dramatic elements, and a very, very impressive performance from Joe Pesci. What would you expect? The guy's a fantastic actor. We've seen him many, many times in gangster movies playing a badass, and it's quite strange to see him on the good side of the law this time. Good side. If you haven't seen it, My Cousin Vinnie, definitely a great movie to watch. The next honourable mention is a must-see for any music fan or any musician who dreams of a career in music. Because this movie will give you all the tools you need. This is Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap is a mockumentary starring Harry Shearer, the guy from Better Call Saul, and another guy playing a fictional band. The movie was made by Rob Reiner. It's got so many hilarious moments, quotable moments, and if you've been in a music studio even once, you need to know all the lines from this movie. These go to 11. What's the other ones? As well as that, Spinal Tap actually kind of became a thing because they have their own music. You can check it out on Spotify. All the songs from the movie, and they even released other albums outside of the movie, and they're all fantastic if rock music is your thing. Of course, they're kind of jokey. I say kind of, they're definitely jokey, but some great hits in there. Like Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight, Stonehenge, many, many more. Spinal Tap, for anybody, is a must-see movie. So we're going to limit our honourable mentions down to 5, and even this was difficult, because there's a hell of a lot of movies that could have even been honourable mentions. But the third honourable mention, as I said in no particular order, is Donnie Brasco. Donnie Brasco is a 1997 film starring Johnny Depp and Al Pacino. It's about an FBI undercover agent who infiltrates the mob. It's another mob movie with Al Pacino in it. You say more? The next honourable mention was directed by Spike Lee. And it's a fairly recent film too. And it's a fantastic movie that you should check out with a great soundtrack. That movie is Black Klansman. Black Klansman has some fantastic performances from the likes of John David Washington and Adam Driver. Adam Driver shows in this one that he can be a good actor, aside from the whole Star Wars debacle. But John David Washington's performance as Ron Stallworth, which is the standout point in this film. The film has its comedic elements, of course it's hard to watch elements, but again, it's a master of filmmaking of Spike Lee. He knows how to tell a good story, and it's definitely a movie that should be high on your watch list. And the final honourable mention comes all the way from the 60s. From 1968 to be precise. It was directed by Franklin J. Schaffner and starred Charlton Heston. That movie is The Planet of the Apes. The original Planet of the Apes. The movie that started a huge franchise, because the Planet of the Apes films, the original ones, have some great spin-offs and they're very enjoyable. And then of course there was that Tim Burton 2001 version, which we don't talk about that one. But then they revived it with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and all those ones were pretty good too, but the original cannot be beaten here. Planet of the Apes is a truly phenomenal movie.
We finally really did it. You maniacs! You blew it up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
One of the most iconic scenes ever, and for the time, pretty good special effects. If you haven't seen the original, you've only seen the newer ones, you're going to be blown away by how good this movie from all the way back in 1968 is. And technically, that's 5 more down. Again, didn't think I'd be saying that anytime soon. Now that's all that's left to do is get into it with the final 5. Now I did say it was going to be this week, so I guess I kind of lied and it's going to be next week. If you've been enjoying the list so far, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think is going to be in the final 5 next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button for new content every Wednesday and Friday. And if you are new, you should check out the whole list from the very beginning with the playlist right up here, because we're getting into number 1 pretty damn soon. And with all that being said, I actually will catch you next week for the last 5. Honestly, this time. Blew it up. They blew it up. See, great acting again.